I knew he's gonna wild out and he's gonna do something crazy. Everybody want to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
What's up, guys? RicoCap back again for another recap video. Look, this is something I want to teach you guys, super simple and something you need to be implementing in your trading. So when you see this happening, you need to be able to spot it and then be able to act on it. So we're gonna go over the one of our trades on Friday that was kind of slow but worked perfectly. So what we're talking about here is, you know, how support resistance becomes support, right? How a point of inflection then turns into a point of holding with support. And so it's that easy, guys. You just have to make sure you know your levels, and you have to make sure, you know, you're paying attention. So this is how we caught this really good move Friday for the move up right here. This was the second part of the move we were looking for. And it's crazy because the day before that, we absolutely caught the move all the way up to here, which was, you know, just as profitable. It was really good. So this is the whole point. So here we go. When we saw TQ, which is basically QQQ or our market, we see that we did kind of push up here pre-market into this level range right here. Notice pre-market, you know, as things are kind of moving up, we did open up between or above this zone right here. So I knew as long as we hold above this zone where demand buyers are at, we should go to my next level up here and then ultimately supply here. So we definitely did do that from this point, but all we really wanted to do was capture, you know, those 2 points there, of course, but avoid stuff like this, like drawdown. We wanted to avoid that, and ways to avoid that is maybe break your trade up into 2 trades, right? And that's exactly kind of what we did. So I entered here Thursday for a really good play here, calls, expecting to run to my blue line here, which, I mean, it did exactly that. And this was the trade before, but not really the trade I want to highlight. Notice how, you know, up here I sold pretty much all out except 2 contracts with stops above buy, and of course it ended up stopping out above buy around here, and that's fine. You know, we went into, you know, today, fresh day. So I see that we did kind of hold that demand again, push up. And then you can see pre-market here where we rallied right back to that level, which was one that was resistance the prior day. Notice how we did open up above it. And this is where I need you guys to pay attention. We opened up on that first 15 minute above that blue line. You can see it right there. We did dip under it. Now, this is just the wick of the 15-minute candle. This right here told me, you know, we're opening above it. We're going to go to our supply up here, which we perfectly tagged right there. So as we opened up here, we dipped, and as we dipped, I ended up slamming those calls, which were next week calls. They were TQQQ 62 strike. So I could have gone 60 strike, 61 strike, or 62. They weren't too, you know, badly priced, but I wanted ones right around $100 a contract, and that's what we got. TQQQ 62s. Strikes next week for 102 my entry. It did dip a little bit more against me for a better entry. It got into like the 90s, which was fine. 95, 94 around there, which is fine because, you know, once I alert this and, you know, members get in after me, you know, they get a better entry. And this trade took almost, you know, the whole morning. So it was a very slow trade, but this is how it worked right here. Notice how we did open up above that, but you can see that other 15-minute candle opened up above but dipped under, and that didn't really, you know, it didn't matter to me. And you can see this one opened up, actually this one ended up closing under, and this one opened up under but pushed up. The thing was this: if we're looking at the 15, then sure, you're kind of like a little shaky, but I got on the hourly, and the hourly told me everything. Notice here on the hourly that it did not open above it. We rejected it. This right here where the hourly opened up above it. The hourly opened up above it, and that gave me all of the confidence and confluence to take this trade, because this was right at open. The hourly opened up, the daily, everything opened up in this candle. Right at market open. So we started pulling down. I slammed those calls and I said, stay patient. We're playing hourly candle. And so I knew this trade might take a little bit of time. And as you can see, it definitely did. You can see the next 2-hour candles, it was 2 hourly candles, so it took 2 hours after that. Very slow, but perfect for people that just want to get in and then sit back and do less and move on with their day. Very good. And you can see kind of too, from the low here when we got in all the way up. Here, let me do that again. That it took, let's see, it was $2 move, 3.5%, and 2 hourly candle bars after that. So exactly what we're looking for. Those calls ended up running to 140 plus, and we're all out. So easy 40-50% for us. And that's exactly what I was looking for. Something that was super non-stress free. Market was very slow. There wasn't that many good opportunities, but I did see a lot of things kind of pushing up higher. And so I knew this trade was going to work for us. And so all we had to do is sit back and do less. So members banked with me on that. We had a really good Friday and just kind of doing less. But this was one of those things where you need to understand, where your levels are at, support turns, resistance turns support. Once you get above it, and then just staying patient. This is one of those where I was kind of in chat and just like, do less, let it ride out. And, it took a little bit, but it did exactly what we're looking for and won by just doing less, just letting it work. Let your trades breathe. Let it work. And that's what I'm here to tell you. So this was a very clean, simple setup. I have a chart as well right here that kind of shows you the absolute, opportunity of resistance becoming support, and the hammer support, right? I saw this on the hourly too, and I was telling this in chat. This is a hammer candle right here. This is bullish, very bullish. That candle right there tells me, this is a bullish momentum play right now, and all we have to do is kind of wait it out and let it go. So very good chart right here to kind of showcase that, and it's super simple. So look for ways to utilize this in your daily training. Hopefully you can learn from this and keep things simple and win. And if you want to win with us, wap.com/RicoCapital, sign up, join the team, or connect with me on Twitter. I do free streams. I do free streams on YouTube as well. But RicoCapital on X, get plugged in, get whatever you need. I got you. I give levels, all that, for free and stuff. So whatever you need, I got you. Sign up to the team, and if not, I'll see you on the next video.